Welcome back to my channel for another art journaling tutorial. Today I'm creating in my 6x6 watercolor journal, and I just create a simple stenciled background with some stamping and a main image. It's a really easy page and perfect for beginners. I have primed the pages with gesso, and after I added a layer of acrylic paint, I immediately removed the color through a stencil to create a pattern on the background. The stencil I'm using is from Stencil Girl. As always, you will find a blog post on my website with more close-up images. To apply my paint, I use a simple scraper tool that is normally used in the kitchen, and it's my favorite to use with acrylic paints or gel medium or gesso because it's so easy to clean. I do the same technique with another color, and in between I'm cleaning the stencil just with a baby wipe. The colors that I'm using are from Amsterdam. I use the student grade acrylics, and this one you see here is one from the golden fluid acrylics, and it's the quinacridone gold. It's my favorite color. I really love it because it has such a nice transparency to it, and it just shines and has a wonderful brownish orange tone. The quinacridone gold is also my favorite watercolor, I have to say. At this stage, I was not sure which color I want to pick in addition, and I decided to use black to get the maximum of contrast on this page. Having a high contrast makes a page always look interesting, so I nearly every time try to have some white space and also some really dark areas. I'm pressing the colored side of the stencil also quickly to my page to get more texture. After the background is completely dry, I add more white space with my white gesso. And here I'm using the heavy gesso. I have both of them, and I think they are both useful. A normal gesso, which is more thin and more translucent to prime my pages, and a heavy gesso when I need to cover up things. Now it's time to add some stamping to the background. I really love to add stamps for texture on the background. And here I'm using stamps from my brand new stamp set, This Is Me. And I just stamp one of the sentiments just randomly and with a second and third generation stamping to the background. It's a bit hard to get a good impression as my journal is already really bulky, and I tried to make the best out of it by laying a piece of foam under the page. It works easier on the right side because there are no pages underneath that have something on it, so it lays perfectly flat. And I add more stamping with the circle stamp from the Mixed Media Marks stamp set. I'm using StazOn Ink as it works best on acrylic paints. It dries the fastest. Of course, you can also use archival ink, but you will need to wait a little bit for the ink to dry. I tried to go with an odd number on the pages, so here I decided to stamp 5 of the circles. And it's also always interesting when you don't stamp all circles full, and that's the reason why I stamp some of them off the page. I really love the look of stitching on mixed media projects, and here I use one of the stitching borders from the mixed media set. My main image will be the girl from the This Is Me stamp set, and I've stamped it to tissue paper, and I just lay it onto my page to avoid stamping under the main image, as the tissue paper is translucent and I don't want to have the texture stamp underneath the girl's face. Stamping to tissue is the perfect way to get a good and crisp image on a bulky background. So this is the reason why I stamped the girl to the tissue instead of onto the page. When I stamped the circles to the page, I planned to add some color to them, but now I think another color would not fit and it looks good as it is, so I just decided to add some black and white splatters. If you have the feeling on your background is something missing, I recommend trying to add splatters. This often helps to change the background completely. Finally, I'm adhering my girl with gel medium. This is my page for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope we see us next time. Take care and stay healthy. Bye.